Welcome to The Record Show, your virtual spin around the vinyl industry. Brought to you by Radio Wasteland Records. Yes, Midland has a record store. Here's your host, Jim Gleason.
Greetings from the Wasteland and welcome to a geeked out edition of The Record Show. Got a fun one headed your way today. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll cover the highlights of all of this week's new releases, hopefully headed to an independent record store near you. But first, I'd like to welcome back to The Record Show Mr. Steve Brown. You may remember him before. We've talked about RUSHFest Scotland and the tribute album Songs for Neil. Well, Steve is back with a brand new entry into this tribute to Neil. Steve, good day to you, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, Jim. Thanks for having me back on.
It's great to have you back. This is a project that you were involved with that I am so behind you on this. It's great that you are putting this together. A little bit of history though. When was the first volume of this tribute? That was what, about a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it would have been, the idea came to me in, I believe it was June 2020. And there you go, that's volume one. These are albums of Rush covers played mainly by Rush tribute bands from around the world. It's a labor of love. It's been a great experience. And even from like day one, I realized this has legs, as they say. So I called the first one volume one in anticipation. So volume two came out last year, although the vinyl has just landed. So,
which is the reason that you and I are talking today, is the fact that we have been eagerly anticipating the availability of the vinyl for volume two. Tell us a little bit about this. This is called The Stars Look Down and Songs for Neil volume two. Great tribute.
Exactly.
Tell me what's the makeup of this? I'd love to get all of it from you, from the bands to the music covered to the artwork. It's all just hopefully another beautiful package like the first.
It's just, let's say, I was the release dates are Neil Peart's birthday. As most will, if any Rush fans watching this will know, that the drummer Neil Peart was sadly taken from us in January 2020. He had glioblastoma, a brain tumor, which no one knew about apart from close friends and family. So the news came as a real shock to the community. So hence Songs for Neil. So the first one came out in 12th of September 2020. So volume two, release date 12th September 2021. So the CDs came out on the actual release date and digital downloads came out on the actual release date, but there is a worldwide backlog in vinyl manufacturing. So here we are in March 2022, and the vinyl has just landed. So literally just the other day, the vinyl for volume two arrived. So here's the cover for volume two. Again, another joint project by Charlie Roy and Paul Tippett. And once again, all profits go to the Glioblastoma Foundation in the USA. They have a Neil Peart Research Award. So half of all profits go there and the other half go to Cancer Support Scotland here in the UK. For all of these albums, the profits are split between those charities.
Okay, great. It looks beautiful. And this one's on blue vinyl, correct?
Blue marble vinyl, as they call it, yes. So this is, again, when I opened this up the other day, it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the music contained on there. The digital and the CD version that was released last September had, what was that? Probably about 16, 17 songs? 17 songs.
Yes, 17. You're quite right. I brought it here for my reference.
couldn't quite fit that on the vinyl, so you guys had to make some choices to knock that down to the vinyl. So what do we get on the vinyl version of The Stars Look Down?
We're keeping it to a single LP, both times single. So you're limited by the space, the time, about 45 minutes in total. But for the CD and digital, sky's the limit kind of thing. This is actually a double CD. So we could afford to make a double CD. So disc one has 8 tracks. Those are the 8 tracks on the vinyl. And then disc two has an additional 9 songs. But the deal being, if you buy the vinyl, you will also get the full album, all 17 songs, as a download.
The tracks on the vinyl are, I'm looking at the list here: Anthem, Kid Gloves, New World Man, Natural Science. It's a personal favorite right there. Tom Sawyer, Mission, Ghost of a Chance, and Caravan. So it runs the gamut of the catalog as far as timeline goes.
Yeah, I tried to look at that as well. Try and have a good selection of countries for a start. You want it to be spread across. Looking at it here, we've got USA, Brazil, Canada, and Scotland on the vinyl. We've actually got 2 tracks from each country, just the way it worked out. 8 different bands, and yeah, like as you say, we've got something from 8 different albums, ranging from the second album, Fly By Night, which I believe is 74. I hope I get the years right. Right through to Caravan, which was off their last album, Clockwork Angels, 2012.
Both of these, Volume 1 and Volume 2, were strictly limited. We're talking 500 each. Correct. So that makes it a little kind of a good get for vinyl collectors and big Rush fans to get. Now, the first one sold out fairly quickly. Where are you as of the recording of this in March, as the vinyl's coming out? Where do you stand with the availability on Volume 2?
Right now, I've got 150 left. I've got 150 copies, or thereabouts, approximately, ballpark figure. But now that the vinyl has landed, I'll start punting it again. And it doesn't need much promotion. It sells itself.
Now, if folks are curious about the vinyl version, the CD, the digital, and there's a print we'll talk about here in a second, they can head over to your website. We'll put that up, and we'll put a link in the description below to rushfestscotland.co.uk. And from there, it takes you to a Bandcamp purchase page, correct?
Correct.
Well, Steve Brown from RUSHFest Scotland, we are so looking forward to Volume 2 of this series, The Stars Look Down, Songs for Neil. A great tribute album for a great cause, and lots of great music. Sir, thank you so much for doing this, and let's just keep this up, shall we?
Absolutely. Yeah, more to come. Thanks again, Jim. Absolute pleasure.
All right. Time now for a quick check of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. Hopefully headed to an independent record store near you. What with delays, we're having a little bit better of a week this week than last, although there is at least one title that I know won't make it here at least, and you'll just have to check with your local store to see if it makes it there in time. But kicking off this week, a couple of new releases, including one from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This one's called Unlimited Love. The band's own description of the album calls it a facet of us and reflecting our view of the universe. It's their life's mission, their work, their focus, adding that the ocean has gifted them with a mighty wave, and this record is theirs to ride. So they hope that we enjoy it. A couple of different versions, a black vinyl version out there, as well as an expanded version, but the one that we're getting here, and I think that most independent stores will go for, is a double LP on orange vinyl, indie exclusive. New stuff also from Tom Morello. This is the Atlas Underground Fire. Our description says that this is a jaw-dropping cast of collaborators helping Tom Morello's. Atlas Underground Fire is a follow-up to the Rage Against the Machine guitarist's groundbreaking 2018 album, The Atlas Underground. Morello states our version of Highway to Hell, yes, there is a cover of Highway to Hell on this, pays homage to AC/DC, but with Bruce Springsteen and Eddie Vedder helping out. Our description says it's one of the greatest rock and roll songs of all time, sung by 2 of the greatest rock and roll singers of all time. And we'll just have to kind of see what that sounds like, but I'm looking forward to hearing this as well. There are a couple of new Lockdown albums coming out this week as well. The first being from Eric Clapton. This is called The Lady in the Balcony, the Lockdown Sessions. In February of 21, Clapton's live shows at the Royal Albert Hall were canceled due to everything we know about. Clapton was, however, determined to play, so he brought his band together in the English countryside, and in the absence of a live audience, he decided to record their performances. And this album is the culmination of their sessions together, recorded in Sussex, England. So it's a double LP, and this is on clear yellow vinyl, so translucent yellow vinyl. The other Lockdown album out this week is from Elton John. This is a limited edition on blue vinyl. It's a collaboration album, so made again during the lockdowns. The lead single off of this is a song called Cold Heart, and it features Dua Lipa on there with Elton as well. Host of others include Stevie Wonder, Charlie Puth, Stevie Nicks, Miley Cyrus, and Brandi Carlile, plus many, many more on this new Elton John album. New stuff also expected from Dolly Parton, although here at our store it doesn't look like we're going to get these in time. This is called Run, Rose, Run. This is a country/bluegrass album from the legendary artist. The 12 songs in this were inspired by the storyline from the book Run, Rose, Run, and feature collaborations with bluegrass artists including Joe Nichols, Rhonda Vincent, the Isaacs, and Daly and Vincent. On the reissue front this week, we've got a 50th anniversary expanded edition of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. This double LP opens up the album's writing and production palette, according to our description. Featured are 4 rare cuts making their vinyl debut, highlighted by a previously unreleased, stripped version of the title song. This has all 6 original mono single mixes and their B-sides, with all of those 7-inch versions on vinyl for the first time since their original release. Another reissue this week is from the psych rock group Can. Originally recorded in 1968, this vinyl was cut from a remix of 2004 that was done from the original master tapes. And finally, it looks like we've got one for the heavy metal fans. This is the Formation of Damnation by Testament double LP on blue and green splatter vinyl. Originally released in 2008, it was Testament's first album since their 2001 First Strike Still Deadly. So that is a quick look at the highlights of this week's new releases, headed to an independent record store near you. Once again, a great big thanks to Steve for joining us today to talk about this wonderful series of Neil Peart tribute albums he's put together. If you'd like to see the full interview, and yes, we did geek out on Rush for quite a while longer, click the link below in the description or at the end of the video. Better yet, you could just hit subscribe to all of our videos here on the Radio Wasteland Records YouTube channel. And if you watch that full interview, by the way, you'll get a special announcement from Steve about Volume 3. Yes, it is a trilogy after all. So be sure to check out that full interview with Steve Brown.
When the ebbing tide retreats along the rocky shoreline, it leaves a trail of tidal pools in a short-lived galaxy. Each microcosmic planet, a complete society.
Ride round, baby, ride round like a record, baby, round, 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 round.
Thanks for watching The Record Show. If you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the Radio Wasteland Records YouTube channel. And be sure to hit that notifications bell so you'll be alerted every time we upload new content.